Welcome to Barcart Bookshelf, a video series about books and the drinks they inspire. My name is Elias, and today we're talking about The Archive Undying by Emma Mieko Candon. The Archive Undying is one of my favorite books that I have read this year. It is truly remarkable. It has all the things that we really love here on Barcart Bookshelf. Guys going home with their dates on the first date, spending the night on the first date. I'm tired of slow burn. We get some fast burn. Wonderful botanical sorts of vibes and plants and living coral and giant robots and meditations on divinity and confusing narration and just all those delicious little things that we love here. It is sort of similar to Harrow the Ninth in the Locked Tomb series. It is sort of similar to The Dawn Hounds by Sasha Stronach that we covered last summer, and it is also entirely its own thing. It's the story of Sunai, a devotee of an autonomous intelligence, an AI, who has corrupted, has been destroyed, and its cult shattered some 20 years ago. Sunai has remarkable healing abilities and does not age as he sort of wanders the wastes as a treasure hunter and finds himself drawn ever closer to his home city once again, and drawn by the lure of a doctor, archaeologist, like scientist, sort of priest, pilgrim in Veadi Lut, and so they go in search of a relic and find more than they expected. It is a book that is going to divide opinion because the narration is, as I said, confusing. I think it really works. I'm going to understand when not everyone agrees on that, but if you like a book that really puts you right in the middle of it and expects you to find your own way, this is one you're going to like. If you like books where the romance between these primary characters are not only deeply passionate and intimate and fearful and brave, but also mirrored in the religious texts of their devotion, then you're really gonna love it too. It's just right there in that intersection of cerebral and action-packed. It is a book that I'm so excited that I will get to reread when its sequel comes out, because I know that I'm going to, one, need to reread to refamiliarize myself with this really dense world, and two, the joy in a reread of a book that's like this dense and chewy and thoughtful and exciting is that knowing things now, I'll get a whole fresh perspective. So for the first read factor and for the exciting promise of rereadability, The Archive Undying, you're all going to catch loving Sunai disease. Let's all try LSD together. And so, of course, we had to have a drink for it. Without any further ado, why don't we turn to today's drink? This is the Khuon Mo Cooler, inspired by The Archive Undying and by that home city, Khuon Mo. Just really very summery, very tropical islands, but also craggy rocks, like gray and green, and water and coral. Just absolutely delicious stuff. So we're going to start with 1.5 ounces of cachaça, that Brazilian sugarcane rum, very grassy, very vegetal. We used it last week for The Surviving Sky. We used it for The Dawn Hounds. It's just really going to bring that fresh green sort of quality to all of our cocktails. And as you can see, it's summertime. We got the blender out. Haven't had this bad boy out since we talked about Gideon the Ninth last fall. So very in a vein there. But with the boys, even better. Well, not even better. Equally good, but very exciting. So we've got our 1.5 ounces of cachaça. We are going to get an ounce of lime juice. Just refreshing, very bright. Cachaça and lime, they just go together. It's like peanut butter and chocolate, cachaça and lime. Gonna get our sweeteners going on here. We're going to get 1/2 ounce of green tea syrup. One of the fun things about Sunai is that he loves to cook. And so we're getting some of these like cooking flavors going on in here. We're going to get a full ounce of pineapple juice. You know, the fun thing about pineapple juice is it eats you back. The experience of sharing headspace with these sort of divine autonomous intelligences, it can be a little devouring, certainly. And that's an ingredient that we've seen in that sort of place before. And again, very summery, very fresh, very refreshing. And finally, we're going to get a 1/4 ounce of ginger syrup. That ginger syrup heat, that just real brilliance there. Like fire, sort of. And then we'll add some crushed ice. As you can see, we've got plenty of space here in the blender. This is an easy recipe to scale up. If you're having a party, if you're having, 2 or 3 or 4, then you'll really be able to whip up a whole blender full of these. But we want to get a good amount of that crushed ice down in there. Lovely. Because we want it frosty, we want it chilly, we want it cold. Let's whip it. There we go. Ooh, yeah. Frosty, slushy, so refreshing. Smells like, grass and ginger and pineapple and that bit of tea. Oh, a true summer treat. And just exactly what we need for our highball glass here. We're going to garnish that, set the blender aside, with a sprig of basil, fresh from the garden. And so there you have it. This is the Khuon Mo Cooler, inspired by the Archive Undying. The Archive Undying is available now. It's available today. Happy book birthday to the Archive Undying. A huge thank you to the publisher Tor.com for sending me an early copy, so I had a chance to read it in anticipation of release day. It's on shelves now. We got a link to snag the book in the description below. It's the perfect read to round out your Pride Month. Happy Pride. We've got links to the Boston Shaker, where we get all of our tools and ingredients, things like the ginger syrup, like the highball glass, not the blender, but, there are lots of places where you can get a blender. Got links to various forms of social media, including Twitter and Instagram, where there is a written version of today's recipe. Try the drink. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Check the book out. I really love this one. I would love to see it find a huge audience. I want to see fan art. I want to see discussion boards. I want to see theories. The Archive Undying. The Archive Undying. So, hit that like button. It makes me so happy. Share with your friends. It helps us to find new audiences. Subscribe if you haven't already, because we will be back next week with another exciting book cocktail or mocktail. And so, until next time, cheers.